All right, Robert, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your new movie, We Can Be Heroes. So there's so much to love with this flick. So, I mean, my first question is talk to me about what was your creative spark or starting point? Was it sort of expanding a universe for Lava Girl
No,
and
it
Shark
was
Boy?
this
Oh,
movie. Yeah, they weren't part of it. It was a Netflix asked me for. They loved Shark Boy. They loved Spy Kids. How they played on their system. They just loved how people would watch these movies over and over again. Said, could you make us an original? We don't want to remake those or do any connection to them. Want original one for Netflix. That kind of genre, kids live action, not animated. I was like, wow, I love making those movies. And Netflix is great because you can bypass the theater completely. You not have to have the parents drive them 100 times like they want to see the movie. Kids saw
mm,
the movie so much on video, but no one could keep track of how much they were. Now you can with Netflix, so they can watch as many times as they want. So I came up with the story, the superhero story. We Can Be Heroes. Gave them the script. They loved it, and so then I went to them and thought, I told them I'd love to have. I came up with a bunch of kids with superpowers. I wish one of them had shark strength. That was such a great superpower in lava.
mm-hmm.
Maybe we like when they borrow Spider-Man and put him in Avengers from Sony. Borrow Shark Boy and Lava Girl as parents, that I can have a little super kid that has both of their powers combined. And so we kind of borrowed them for that reason, and also just to make it feel like a legit superhero adult team because you hadn't heard of any of these people: Miracle Guy, Slow
Mm-hmm.
Mo. But when you see, I mean, Blinding Fast, but when you see Shark Boy and Lava Girl, even if you've never seen those movies, over 15 years, you've heard about them before. So, oh, I've heard of these characters. So that was the
Yep.
reason why I wanted to just give it a more legit feel.
No, and Guppy is the best. So I'm so glad
Yeah.
that you did. So
Yeah,
let me ask you this also, because you have been doing this for quite some time, and the technology has evolved so much since you've been mixing, digital effects with what you do live action. Do you not worried at all when you're writing because you know you'll be able to match whatever you have in your imagination with the technology? Are you like, oh, just like drawing
drawing the
creations and
future. Yeah, I
throwing them
literally
out
drew
there?
that squiggly. I literally drew that squiggly creature that turns into a real thing. And I thought, oh, what is this going to look like when it comes out? Well, I'll
Mm.
have to partner with an effects company and we'll have to figure it out. Fortunately, the effects company was the ones that I used on Alita. They enjoyed the experience working with me on that so much. We had such a great time that they decided they said we'll work on this family one with you, even though you don't have nearly the budget. We'll just come in because we just love those movies. So that was fantastic. I was not
Wow.
expecting this level of effects at all, and I didn't require it because I knew we just didn't have the money for it. And they threw down and they did this amazing work that just elevated the whole project. I mean, stunning stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
most
so
definitely.
yeah, I didn't have that in mind to answer your question. I didn't think I was trying to figure out shortcuts because I knew
You got lucky, huh?
got super lucky that we had a good relationship from the last movie.
All
They
right,
really
so
props for that.
let me ask you this: there's always, it doesn't matter what genre you're directing. To me, there's always such a sort of joyous aspect to whatever you're directing. So I guess the question I wanted to ask you is, you're like a kid playing with some toys. So I wonder, is it different for you when you're playing with toys that you created yourself, or is it different when you're playing with toys like Alita or in the Star Wars universe, like you just got to do for The Mandalorian? Is it different for you as a filmmaker?
Yeah, I mean, when you've created your own characters, you're also creating your own set of rules. So you can make up anything you want. You got total freedom. And when you're creating, when you're making something like Alita or Star Wars, there are rules you have to follow. You can't just do anything. There's very established rules. So it's great having the masterminds around to help make sure you don't go off the rails. Like Jim Cameron would help me with Alita, or John Favreau or Dave Filoni would help me with the Star Wars universe as far as you can do that. This is, this actually goes against canon or stuff that I don't know. Even though I'm a big Star Wars fan, I don't know everything about it. So yeah, it's good to have people to help you because there's a lot of established mythology and story. And my own story, since they're fresh, I kind of can do whatever I want. So yeah, there is a lot of freedom in that. But sometimes there's great freedom in limitations. Like you can still go do something cool in Star Wars with those limitations. You just need to know what they are so that you don't have to think about them anymore. And then you just blow out whatever is in front of you that you can play with. So that is fun. I like both ways. I like taking a vacation from one to the other. But going back to doing original stuff is probably the most fun. I'd say if I had to choose one, I'd much rather work on original material.
Well, let's hope you don't have to choose because they're
I'd
all
rather not choose.
marvelous.
Yeah, I'd rather not choose.
And my
But
time is up, sir. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to you about what you do. Stay safe wherever you are. Okay. Thank you so much.
thank you.